Yo, what's happening, people? Welcome back to the Tiki Taka podcast. We're going to hear hot takes, unbiased opinions, and hopefully have a couple laughs along the way. This is yet again another Tiki Taka episode where Arsenal are the Premier League champions.
Hey, don't let them forget.
Premier League champions.
Just in case.
Yeah,
Google search your local Premier League table near you.
100%. You'll notice that the shades have come off for this one. We're a bit more serious on this episode.
Locked in.
Because we're going to be acting as the stand-in England
Tommy
managers.
Tukes. Just on this
Me
quickly.
and you, we've gone in St. George's Park.
Just on this quickly. It's probably something we should talk about more of here. Someone was telling me today, my co-worker, he was like, he thinks England messed up re-signing Tommy Tukes or extending Tommy Tukes before the World Cup.
Yeah.
With Pep available now.
No, Pep. Come on, Pep fucking hates England.
And that's what I thought. And I was like, Pep would never. But then I was like, but he's never going to manage Spain, though.
Yeah.
He's got the Catalonia thing.
But it's just not,
he's too strong.
It's not an England thing.
I'm not so sure.
The only thing...
I'm not so sure if it's a never... It have to be... It's not going to be his next... In terms of like...
Yeah.
He leaves City and he goes to England. It has to be some time in between.
The only thing with Pep is... He's tapped enough to want those plaudits of being that guy, but he's also tapped
enough to want to work with Bukayo Saka.
Yeah.
He's tapped enough to want to work with Declan. Finally,
he's also aware that if it doesn't go well,
yeah.
This is England,
but it's Pep. I don't think Pep ever thinks if it doesn't go well. I think Pep he just thinks like, I'll do my thing and it works.
But I think the England...
He has his boys. He has O'Reilly. He's got Rice.
But I think the England thing, I think Pep is just like, do I really need this?
I don't think he needs it.
The
only thing for Pep is
to be a part of this.
The love for the challenge. He doesn't need an international trophy.
Yeah.
He doesn't need whatever to prove himself to anyone.
I'll go do it with Portugal.
But that's the thing. I don't think you'll get the laudits and the applause.
Argentina.
I just think if he does it with England, it's sort of like I don't have anything to say right now. But
yeah, I mean,
if Pep wins an international trophy with England, it's just I will never have anything to say. The media, his time at City gets looked on as like a
secondary.
Anyway, it's a side. That's
a side topic. Look, today we're going to be acting, like I was saying, as England managers. Me and Michael, we've gone into St. George's Park. We've had a couple training sessions. We've looked at the boys, and we're going to be picking our England squad. Yeah, let me make that clear. Not the England squad that we think Tuchel's going to pick. We might discuss that. We might mention that along the way, who Tuchel might pick. But I just think it's more entertaining and it's more fun if we pick the squad that we would pick.
Squad's out on Friday.
Trying to predict. Yeah, squad's out on Friday.
So we'll see.
So fingers crossed I get the job done and this episode comes out before Friday. But look, so like he said, Tuchel's naming it on Friday. He's picking his. We're gonna pick our squad. And last time we did this, it got a lot of views. So we're running it back today, and hopefully you guys enjoy it again. So the squad is gonna be 26 players. Yeah. So just as a rough estimate, 3 goalkeepers, 8 defenders, 8 midfielders, 7 forwards. But we can change that. We can pick 8 forwards. That's just roughly a guideline to follow. And so what I'll do is I'll read out the players in all the positions as we go through them. Like I said this last time we did this, a lot of the players on this list we probably won't even need to talk about. But I've got this list from the official England website, from the official list of players that's going to be selected from. So just to name them all, and have for the conversation purposes. To be fair, some of you might think that some of the names that we're like Gerard Branthwaite, we'll probably just write off, but there might be an Everton fan watching this who wants us to talk about Gerard Branthwaite or at least mention him. So, goalkeepers: Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, Dean Henderson, Aaron Ramsdale, and James Trafford. They did also have Jason Steele on the England website, but that was taking the piss. That was going too far. We don't need to put him on there. We need to pick 3 of them. So, we may as well start with who is going to start for us. Pickford. And we need to agree as well, by the way. Me and Michael are going to have to come to
I've come a long way with Pickford. I used to be a Pickford hater. I used to be a Pickford doubter, a Pickford naysayer.
Really? That's changed that.
But I have come to the conclusion that Pickford actually is just England's best goalkeeper. I was really a Pickford doubter and naysay for several reasons. I actually didn't think he was a good enough keeper. But I also thought that Ramsdale was on the come up. Yeah. And now that I know Ramsdale's not on the come up, and Pickford again has just had another decent season, like he just is England's best goalkeeper. Pickford's got a mistake in him, Pickford's got this and that in him, but I don't know, like he has also actually impressed me more and more over the last 2 seasons. And he does pull out big saves. He does have great games. He does keep clean sheets.
He's got a great England record.
He's got a great England record.
Good on penalties.
Like, I don't know. I wasn't the biggest Pickford fan, and I'm not the biggest Pickford fan now, but I have a lot more respect for him in the last 2 years. And I'm also starting to slightly be on the thing of I'm actually surprised he's still at Everton. Considering that I just think he's better than
he could probably play for a top 6.
Yeah. I just think he's a top 6 GK in the league actually.
Yeah. Tottenham, Chelsea, Villa.
He's better than Martinez. I have him better than
Lamans.
Yeah. You feel me?
Yeah. So look, I agree with that. The only thing I'll say, Dean Henderson, European final.
No, Dean Henderson. So Dean Henderson has to go.
Yeah.
He's the second goalkeeper for me. I just don't think he's better than Pickford, and I think Pickford's better at him is actually just being in the moment, like having been there and done that.
Yeah.
Like Pickford's played however many games for Everton and Sunderland and England, as opposed to Henderson, who's probably just had the last 4 years as a consistent starter.
Yeah,
3 years,
yeah. Look, I agree with you. I think the experience plays a massive part there. So we'll go with Pickford as our starter. We'll go with Dean Henderson.
But this is where it gets
as the number 2.
Tricky for me.
And then we have to take a third one. Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, James Trafford. Now, to me, James Trafford is just not really anything on his ability as a goalkeeper. I just haven't seen it.
Yeah. He hasn't pulled up any trees.
So I just don't know. So we can rule him out. Nick Pope, Aaron Ramsdale, both play for Newcastle. I mean, still to this day, I don't know if we can say who's the number 1.
Yeah.
They both had periods
Eddie Howe
in and
couldn't
out
tell
of the
us.
team. Aaron Ramsdale had to come into the team. I literally said we spoke about it on the podcast. I said Aaron Ramsdale has to go in because Pope is just costing 3 points. Do you remember the Everton game?
Yeah.
When they're slipping and sliding and
It's
falling
a joke.
over.
It's a joke. And I remember
do you remember the parry? He just parried that straight.
I remember the Tottenham game with Ramsdale. I just don't know how that.
Yeah.
I don't know how Romero has scored the bicycle kick from 35 yards, dribbling into the back of the net. Ramsdale's dived after the ball's already hit the post.
Yeah, so look, they're both, to be fair, not been good this season. Pope, I think, is currently back as Newcastle's number 1.
I might take Tommy Setford. I might just grab Tommy Setford for the experience, for the future.
Premier League winner, Tommy Setford.
I genuinely think England's third goalkeeper.
We're not taking Tommy Setford. We're England managers here, bro.
Yo, for the future. Ramsdale and Pope, we just have to look past that.
I mean, to be fair, this person's not going to play. So we could just say, fuck it. We'll just take Tommy Setford.
I'll flip
you know
what?
Fuck it. Arsenal Premier League champions. So Tommy Setford, he weren't even on the list yet. He's definitely English, yeah? No, we need to make sure of that. We need to check that.
Let me confirm
we need to make sure. Because if he's like Dutch or something, because he came from Ajax, then we've already fucked this up. 8 minutes in.
Tommy Setford, 20 years old, professional football player. He was born in the Netherlands, but he represents England at a youth and international level.
So we're going to give Tommy Setford his first cap just so he can never play for
Yep. He's straight in.
To be fair, we'll do him a favour.
20 years old.
You won't have to go and play for Ronald Koeman. You can come and play for us. So, calm. Tommy Setford then, third pick. Stamped England player. Okay, the defenders now. So, we're going to pick 8 defenders, yeah? So, we'll say 4 centre-backs.
2 in each position,
2 left-backs, 2 right-backs, yeah?
Okay.
But we obviously, like I said, we can change that just as a rough outline. So, the left-backs, we can start with Luke Shaw. Who we're gonna have an interesting conversation. We need to speak about Luke Shaw. Lewis Hall, Nico O'Reilly, Dan Burn, and on the England website they have Miles Lewis-Skelly down as a defender. So I've just put him in this list with the left backs. We could have the conversation on Miles and maybe we'll take Miles because he can play multiple different whatever it is. So out of that list, who is starting at left back in our team?
O'Reilly. O'Reilly's starting for me. He has a combination of what all the other left backs have, and I just don't.
Well, he doesn't have a Premier
He
League
doesn't
like
have a Premier
Lewis
League
Scully,
medal.
but
No,
yeah.
true. I, I just, I think Shaw is interesting because I think
Shaw,
Shaw has had his best season.
started every Premier League
Shaw has
game
had
for
his
Man
best season as
United.
a footballer. So I think, but I think Tuchel is dying not to pick Shaw.
I agree.
I think Tuchel just doesn't want to. But Shaw kind of has made himself undeniable in the sense of like picking for a squad. Like if you have to pick for a 26-man squad, I would just pick Luke Shaw just in case whoever you think is your starting left back. Like O'Reilly might be a great Premier League footballer, but not cut it at the international level. He's got Rodrigo or whoever, yeah, and it's just a bit of a long day. So I would pick Shaw as my backup. I'll pick O'Reilly as my starter, but I also feel as if Skelly has to go. Like whether Skelly goes as the auxiliary left back or auxiliary midfielder or combination of the two. And I also think Tuchel slyly wants. I think Tuchel wants Skelly in more than he wants Shaw in.
Sure. Yeah, look, I agree. O'Reilly would be the left back. Oh, I actually, Luke Shaw, similar to what we said with Pickford and experience at England and
Yeah.
and all of that. And Luke Shaw, he seems to always play well for England. He scored in a final before.
Yeah.
Do you remember the last tournament? We sat on this podcast. I still remember I cast Gareth Southgate for taking Luke Shaw to that Euros because he wasn't even fit.
Yeah, he hadn't played all season
until the semi-final second half. He played 45 minutes in the semi-final. He was brilliant, and then he played the final and he played well. Like Luke Shaw's performances for England, I completely agree with you. I think Tuchel almost wants to do everything he can to not pick him.
Yeah,
but like you say,
he's made himself a bit undeniable, and his fitness isn't even an issue. So it's like the one big massive thing that I could use against him isn't an issue. But I do think
Tuchel wants to play a 4 or he wants to switch to a 5 in some games. Luke Shaw's done that.
I don't think Dan Burn deserves a shout out because Dan Burn isn't the best left back. Yeah. But I do think for an international tournament, there might be 15 minutes where you need.
To be fair, I could have put Dan Burn in the centre backs list, but for me, he wasn't getting in there. So
no, I agree, and this is just to give him a shout, as I say, because I can just see England being 2-1 up in a risky game that is cagey, and there's a lot of set pieces going on, and deep free kicks and all this kind of sorts, and Dan Burn just being a body that you need. To head it clear, kick it clear, knock it out, take NBA terms, take the foul, get a yellow, just go and clatter someone, take a yellow at the halfway line,
ball man,
take a yellow halfway. We don't care if you're suspended for the next game. Or I just think there's potentially 15 minutes where you might need a little Dan Burn treatment. I don't know if he gets in ahead of O'Reilly, Shaw, or Skelly, but I just want to shout him out in the sense of I don't think he is someone that Tuchel's not going to just gloss over immediately and be like, can't come.
Agreed. And Tuchel likes Dan Burn. I think
there's a time and a place.
Tuchel could definitely pick Dan Burn.
You need a starter and then you need 10 minutes of Dan Burn.
But okay, so for us, what we'll do, we'll pick O'Reilly. O'Reilly can start. And we'll take Shaw as the backup. We'll save Skelly and we'll bring him back in
later on
for the midfield conversations, right? Because I think that's really where he'll probably play. So Luke Shaw, Nico O'Reilly, we've picked. Right backs, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, who's fit at the moment, ready to go, Tino Livramento, and Jed Spence. Those are the 4 names. 2 of them. Now, it's probably quite obvious.
Yeah. I think Spence though deserves a shout more than Livramento. Livramento's maybe, I don't know. He's been injured. He's been in and out, up and down. He's not been great, but he probably has a better season than Spence. But I actually kind of like that Dan Burn thing. And Spence isn't my starting. He has to be my backup. But Trent and Reece James are better talents, footballers, players, experience, all of that than Jed Spence. But Spence he's Dan Burn in the sense of there might be 15 minutes where you need Jed Spence.
100%. I mean, we've just listed all the fullbacks there. not one of them.
Can play both sides like that.
Not only that, but is a lockup guy.
Yeah, he's a lockup guy.
Not one that Shaw's not that, O'Reilly's not that, Hall, Burn, Skelly, Trent's not that, Livermento's not that. RJ, Reece James may be the only one.
Yeah,
Because we've seen him do stuff on
yeah,
Doku
in
and
the
whatever.
past,
But
even Vinny.
I feel like it's been a while since we've seen RJ play right back and
lock someone up, like
up against the top.
I just wouldn't be surprised if Trent or RJ was the starting right back, got a yellow, had a great 75 minutes, but to see out the game, you know that I just need a bit of a physical guy. I need someone to match Vinny stride for stride, or Rafinha, or whoever, Dembele or Lise, Mbappe.
Yeah.
Whoever it can potentially be Lamine Yamal, you know?
So does that mean that obviously I feel like I know what we're gonna do, obviously, as Arsenal guys as well. But does Tuchel, you reckon, leave? Look, Tuchel's not gonna leave Reece James. Yeah,
He's not.
We know that.
Yeah, especially now that he's fit and playing.
Yeah,
he's not.
They won the Champions League
Yeah,
together. They
yeah.
celebrate. So the question really is, do you think there's any chance that Tuchel leaves Trent, which he has done in previous squads, and brings Jed Spence?
I think there's a chance. Real Madrid haven't won anything. Trent's not been a particularly amazing player in the season. So there's probably part of Tuchel that's trying to convince himself, is Trent just going to turn it on?
He hasn't made the last couple England squads.
He hasn't. He did make the last one when everyone was saying that it was a formality when he beat City. So Trent isn't a formality in Tuchel's eyes. He would still go in my eyes just because of the talent and the quality. But it's as I say, with Spence makes it difficult, not because he's had a great season, but just because of his quality and who he is and his attributes and X, Y, and Z. And I also think that Spence is one of those guys that will give an extra 15% putting on the England shirt. Like whatever you think of Spence as a Tottenham fullback, I don't think will be Spence at an international level.
Yeah. And for as much as I don't like Spence and he's a Tottenham player, he is someone to me that if he comes up against one of the top wingers in the world, he will rise his game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's ready for
that
challenge.
Not just that, like that winger that you speak of won't be familiar. Like we'll be thinking that I can just get round.
Yeah, Vinny, knock him round.
I can just get around this guy.
Jed Spence.
Every time, but not one time. Every time.
Yeah.
Not just on the odd occasion. Every occasion.
So then I'll ask you a follow-up question. I mean, to be fair, we're saying we'll take Trent and RJ. Yeah. We're on the same page on that. And look, to be fair, I've always been in the boat that Trent is better than RJ. And I've always been in the boat that Trent should play for England. So
I'm in the opposite.
I'm thinking Trent should start. And as the Madrista, you're with me now, yeah?
I'm
over the Chelsea.
I'm with you now, depending on how the rest of the back four looks.
Okay. Well, it's our back four.
Well,
so we can line it up.
No, Trent, I think, can start and should start. And it's a bit of a, not even just a pep thing, but like just a football thing of, I feel like a lot of teams are going to lose games to teams like Spain and a team of that ilk, because Spain's fullbacks are Cucurella and whoever Spain are going to have as right back.
Pedro Porro.
Yeah.
Carvajal or someone.
Whoever they're going to
yeah.
The problem that other teams are going to have with that is that Cucurella is actually mad comfortable on the ball.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mind it in all areas. He doesn't mind receiving it in that area. Yeah, he doesn't mind receiving it there when it's tight, when it's this, when it's that. So I think at that level, at international football level, I genuinely think that can be the difference. If you have 10 or 9 players out of 11 comfortable on the ball, as opposed to like 6 players out of 11 comfortable on the ball, that can be the difference.
Yeah.
So I would take guys like Trent and play them and start them, because in these cagey games, Trent isn't going to cough up the ball.
Yeah.
Like he's not going to you can give it to him and it's going to be tidy and it's going to be a nice ball. You can make the difference in certain areas. So he's not in NBA terms, he's not a guy that you don't have to guard, in the half court. Like you got guys that just don't shoot, don't pass in the NBA. They're a non-threat, non-factor, all defender. Like Jed Spence. But Trent's not one of those guys.
Yeah.
And I think that can massively tip the scale.
He's a game changer in the
in-
attacking.
He can
third as well.
massively tip the scale in England's favour if the other team doesn't have a right back or left back or who's comfortable on the ball.
Yeah. And depending on how certain games are and whatever, if the other team's left winger doesn't want to go that way with Trent,
Yeah,
problems.
It's a long day.
Because Trent getting that time and space to pick out his man, put balls in the box. But to be fair, it will depend on who England play. I think we'd both agree on that. If it was a Vinny, if it was an Mbappe, if it was a Dembele, Reece James would have to go in. So look, we'll pick those two, but we'll keep Spence just in the back of the mind,
floating.
If there's a position, a spare spot that comes up, because but I do think that Tuchel's going to take Reece James and Spence, and I don't think he's going to take Trent. I do think that that's what he's going to do on Friday.
That's what he's done. So
yeah,
he's done it in the past. I wouldn't be. I don't know. I'm 50-50. Like, there's a lot of names that Tuchel is gonna have to make big decisions on, and I'll be shocked either way if they go and if they don't.
Would no Trent be a bigger shock than JP? Which I actually forgot to give Carlo a rookie on now.
It wouldn't be a bigger shock than JP.
Okay, yeah,
but it would be a very big shock.
Yeah. Okay, centre backs now. I'll read them all out. John Stones, Harry Maguire, Fikayo Tomori, Ben White, Mark Guehi, Levi Colwill, Ezri Konza, Jared Branthwaite, and Trevor Chalobah and Jarrell Konza. Right, so those are all the names. Now, Tuchel's liking Jarrell Konza. He's been picking Jarrell Konza for us. We can, yeah.
I'm not gonna take.
Okay, yeah. So Konza's out. Trevor Chalobah, I think he's decent.
He's out.
He's
I think Ben White's out injury.
No, but Ben White might make it back. And for the purpose of the podcast,
I saw him in a knee brace.
You're talking about it depends how our back four looks. Yeah, with Trent, and this is where we get to build it. So.
I don't think Ben White's gonna make
Ben White might be Tuchel, and I think Tuchel wants to take.
I think Tuchel wants him.
Tuchel wants to take Ben
but
White.
I don't know if Ben White's gonna.
So look, Ben White might not be fit, but for the sake of this podcast,
we'll say it's fit.
Yeah, right. He's gonna get back in time. Chalobah, nah. I mentioned Branthwaite at the top of the show. I think Branthwaite is a decent player. I think we both do.
Yeah.
Just not enough football this year. Michael Keane and Tarkowski have played most of Everton's games, so we got to take that one out. John Stones. Not
I don't
enough
think he's
football.
gonna go either. Yeah,
not enough football. Taking that out. Now Harry Maguire, Fikayo Tomori, Ben White, Mark Guehi, Levi. The guy's probably going to say Ben White's not played enough football, but he's a Premier League champion, so. He's got a bit of pedigree there. Maguire, Tomori, Ben White, Guehi, Colwill, Konza. That's what we're picking from. Maguire, I think, again, a bit similar to Shaw, good season, whatever. But what you were saying about Dan Burn having a 15 minutes, I really feel like.
So it's between those two. I think the Dan Burn Maguire role are lumped together. Yeah, because I would have Guehi and Konza starting. Like Moscow's have to go. I think.
If everyone's fully fit.
If everyone's fully fit.
No. I've got Konza and Ben White.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not going to argue against that. I just would be super shocked because we haven't seen Ben White play.
No. But agreed. Tuchel will play Guehi Konza.
Yeah.
Or Tuchel might even play Colwill Konza.
Yeah.
But us, how we're going to set the team up.
I would play if we're assuming that Ben White is fully fit.
Yeah,
I actually would still go Guehi Konza
because if you pick Guehi Konza, that means, and we've got RJ at right back. That means none of our back four have a Premier League winners medal.
Yeah, no, which is true, and these are big games. But
because just for Chelsea fans, RJ doesn't have one of those.
I just think, and Ben White's a super intelligent footballer, so it might not be that difficult for him, but.
No, we know Ben White can play centre back.
I just feel like because Guehi and Konza have actually had a fully fledged season.
Yeah.
Well, several seasons as centre backs. And they've potentially both won things this season as centre backs. And what really did it for me the other day was just seeing Konza at the Liverpool versus Liverpool.
Yeah. Top.
I was just like, well, this guy just.
That's England's best. I've always said that. I've always said he's better than
I was
Guehi.
like, this guy's just, he has to get in. This should be a no-brainer.
From Redbridge as well.
Yeah, shout out.
Yeah.
So I find it difficult, and I also do think that Gayhe's had a good season, start
He
and
has had a
end,
good season.
start and end. For Palace and for City, I'd have those two. I'd have Ben White in the squad, and I'd take Maguire, and everyone else.
So Tamori and Colwell, you're not taking.
I'm Tamori Colwell. I'm not taking. Colwell has just come back. Like Colwell, I
So
think
you're taking 4 right footers then, yeah.
yeah.
That's the only thing that makes me. I'm like, and look, on record,
We're England. We don't need to do the Pep thing.
on
We're
record,
England.
Levi Colwell's biggest hater.
Yeah.
But
No. The angles, we leave that for the Spanish managers. Like we're actually, I don't need my
Tommy Tukes won't need a bit of that.
No. I don't need my centre backs, especially if
to be fair, we're saying us.
if you've got Trent and if
but we might want that option.
no, but if you've got
If we're
Trent,
sat there on the bench and we're like, we're getting pressed in here and we need to.
if you've got Trent or even a Reece James or even potentially a Skelly, I just don't know how much I need from my centre backs other than to defend. You know, I don't need Senesi angles into midfield. I don't like someone should come and pick that off you. You head clear, you chase down, you block, you run, you tackle. And it's a tournament. So it's not even about who's gonna play the best football for 38 games. It's just who's gonna dog and fight and live to see tomorrow. And I think Gahey and Konza are two centre backs that will actually will fight to see tomorrow.
Agreed. But okay, before we get to we pick the 2 starters, then we can agree Gahey, Konza, and Ben White. Yeah, we're picking those 3. Yeah, which means we can pick one more, and that's between Colwell, Tomori, and Maguire. Tomori's had a decent season at AC Milan, but I'm not sure he's going to get picked over those 2, and I'm not sure I would pick him either. Which means Colwell or Maguire. Now, if you ask me the question, I would say Colwell's a better centre back.
Yeah, he is.
But
I have to go Maguire though.
Maguire, he's got a record for England. Like you say, that 10-15 minute spell where we do just your head on everything. And
that's why Maguire for me has to go. That 10 minutes, those 15 minutes, because I think those are banks.
I think that there is quite a big chance that Thomas Tuchel might pick Levi Colwell.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Colwell's got enough minutes in him.
I just have a feeling that I think there's a chance that we're going to see that.
I think there's zero chance.
And Tuchel's going to.
And I also think that Tuchel will know that, like, it's easier to get Maguire through the gears to go up the levels than it will be to get Colwell. Like, as soon as Colwell, who's done 90 minutes at Chelsea, and that's about it. Yeah, sorry, at Liverpool.
And the cup final.
If Colwell tries to go up the gears, I think his body will fail him.
But we're taking Ben White.
We're taking Ben White because we're assuming he's fit or will be fit. I don't think Ben White's body can go up the gears.
Fit.
I don't think Ben White's body can go up the gears either.
But Colwell's fit.
No, I don't think Colwell's fit. That's my thing. Like, I think Colwell. But I don't think there's a point in taking Colwell because for those 10-15 minutes that you might need him, I don't think he's not a header guy. I don't think Colwell's imperious in the air, and 2, I don't think if Colwell was left on an island 1-on-1 with anybody that he would even be able to make the foul.
But he'd do so much better than Maguire.
No, I think Maguire can get a foul. I don't think Colwell will be able to make the foul. I don't think Colwell can.
If Maguire is left on an island with anybody at the World Cup,
Maguire will make an egregious foul.
Yeah, red card.
Yeah,
tournament over
potentially. But I don't think Cole will be.
I don't want that.
I don't think Cole will be able to get close.
Let them score.
No,
and then we'll come back and score.
We won't come.
Cole will break the lines.
We don't. Cole doesn't. Cole's gonna go into his fucking shell if he gets skinned by Vinny and Vinny just puts it into the top bins. That's it. What about the Cole? You've lost Cole as a player for the rest of the tournament. You've lost him as a player for rest of the tournament. You've lost him. You've lost him.
All right, cool. Look, you know what? Maguire's got a good record for England, so we can take him. But I genuinely, say it now, it would not surprise me at all if Thomas Tuchel names Levi Colwell, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if Levi Colwell's England's centre back when it comes to the semi-finals or whatever.
That would be for me a bigger shock than João Pedro getting left out.
If Colwell gets picked,
gets picked. Even not about starting because that's whatever, but like even just gets picked.
Yeah. That
would be a bigger shock for me because
I can see it, man. I can see Tuchel potentially wanting a left footer and seeing if I need to, I can do this. But look, we'll find out on Friday. So that's fine. We'll go Gahey, Konza, Ben White, and Maguire. I'll compromise with you and take Maguire if you compromise with me and we start Konza and Ben White.
That's fair. We're both compromising.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Ben White will start or should start, but
No,
that's
but
fair.
if we're there and we're in I don't even know where England's first.
Yeah,
is,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
let's
yeah.
say it's somewhere in America.
Yeah.
We're in New York.
I still
Yeah.
would Ben White.
And we're picking that team, and he's fully fit.
I think it's unfair to Ben White to do that to him.
No, but he's fully fit.
No, I think it's unfair to
No, but
Ben
he's
White
fully
still, man. Like Ben White he's had a great, or he's had a good he had a good 2 weeks, the first leg and the second leg.
Yeah.
But the rest of the season, I'm actually not so sure about. But he's a Premier League winner.
No,
He's been there and he's done that.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. He's been there, he's done that. And Ben White
And
for
this
England
back four might need that.
will give an extra 10-50%. He'll be the guy that's good on the ball. He'll do X, Y, and Z.
Hold it down.
That much I agree with. But
bit of leadership in there.
Like if Tuchel or if
he
myself,
he can tell RJ, yo, look, this is what it's like to win in the biggest.
Well, I'm there for that. That one, I'm there for that.
Coach Konza,
I'm there for that. 100%.
Nico O'Reilly as well. This is how you actually get it done.
I just feel like if I'm Tuchel or myself, I can't look away from Gahey and Konza. I can't. Inform, best centre backs, whatever you need from them, they will do as a centre back. I'm not necessarily. And if someone goes down, then Ben White's next in. Because no one's a better gap filler than Ben White.
But if Ben White's fully fit, I think he's England's best centre back, in my opinion.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, look, whatever. I mean, Premier League winner just adds to that. But whatever, it is what it is. You know what? Cool, because Tuchel's gonna go with it. We'll go with Gahey and Konza.
Yeah,
because Tuchel's gonna pick that. So that's the centre backs. Now midfielders. Now I haven't separated these into 6, 8, or 10s or whatever. I've just got the full list. So I'll read them out. Jordan Henderson, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Conor Gallagher, Cole Palmer, Kobbie Mainoo, Adam Morton, Morgan Gibbs-White, Michael's boy Curtis Jones, Morgan Rogers, Elliot Anderson, James Garner, and Alex Scott. Long list. A lot of names in there. Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah,
it's been real.
X that one out.
Gallagher. Conor Gallagher, it's been real. Curtis Jones. Cujo.
It's been real.
It's been real.
Garner.
But we like James Garner.
I like James Garner. Serious player.
Garner.
No, I really like James Garner. I just think, unfortunately...
And Tuchel has picked him.
I think, unfortunately, for Garner, it's a World Cup too early because I think his skill set isn't something that England are missing.
And it's a bit too similar, his skill set, to an Elliot Anderson.
That's what I said. It's not something that not something that England are like. We're not missing a James Garner skill set.
Yeah, agreed.
But he could definitely come for some of the other ones.
And that's no slight on him.
Yeah, exactly.
Good player. So yeah, Garner, it's been real. Alex Scott, however.
Yeah, no, I do like Alex Scott a lot.
I think that is a skill set.
He played very well yesterday.
I mean, even we saw him at the Emirates. Obviously, he scored in that game. Saw him play well. Seen him play well. Almost.
But would you take Scott over Skelly?
Nah, I wouldn't. But
because I think Scott can do Skelly's thing.
Yeah, it's a similar skill set,
and can also do the left back thing if needed.
But I think Alex Scott can do the Skelly thing in midfield, but also do a bit of the Rice thing in midfield.
Yeah, no, Scott's a serious guy.
But that's a maybe, so we can get back to that. That means that Jordan Henderson.
I wouldn't take him.
Yeah, for me, yeah.
I wouldn't take him.
But Thomas Tuchel probably
will, right? Probably will.
Yeah, we can agree on that. Thomas Tuchel will probably take him. So look, Henderson, it's been real. We're not picking you. We don't need those just long balls in behind. We're playing a different style of football here.
2019 is over, my friend.
Yeah, we're playing 4-3-3, yeah? Okay, so let's pick. What's your starting midfield?
I would have
the 3 you're going to start with.
Rice. I would have Bellingham. I would have Rogers.
Interesting. I thought you might actually pick Gibbs White.
So I think Gibbs White. I've changed my mind on Gibbs White. Like coming into the season, I said this on the pod. I have him at the bottom of the Eze, Kudus, whatever 10s made moves in the summer. I had Gibbs White, or didn't make moves. I had Gibbs White at the bottom of that list. But it's been yet another productive season for yet another good, productive Forest's survival chances are on my back season from Gibbs White. So much so, he's more informed than the Palmers. He's maybe even more informed than the Rodgers. But I would get him I'll try to get him on the plane, but I don't think there's enough in me to start Gibbs White, if that makes sense.
Okay, fairs. Rice, Bellingham, Rogers, I would agree with. I think that is the midfield three I would play.
I just think that's super tough to face. And I also, what I like about that midfield is it's very English football. Like, they're kind of down for whatever.
They're all three of them are 6'2".
Like,
They're all up and down.
They're kind of down for whatever. You want to go long ball, come, we'll do the long ball thing. We'll do the tippy tap. We'll come short. We'll all take shots. We'll all, we'll all win our headers. We'll come in for a big crunching challenge.
And to be fair, that is saying obviously Jude's had a couple injury problems. Anderson has probably had a better season than Jude. But so it's a bit harsh than Anderson, but Jude has that quality. He has that X factor that
can change the game.
Kind of just has to put. And it'd be interesting to actually see an England manager.
And Jude,
obviously us, if
has
we were
got the Anderson type drive. Anderson has this like level of commitment where it's just like, I'm gonna will my team to half time, to full time, to whatever it is. Like, even if Jude is playing badly in the game, the only good thing that he does in the game can lead to a goal.
He
has that kind of like
100%.
You know.
So yeah, I was gonna say Anderson may be a bit unlucky, but Jude's quality gets him in there. It'll be interesting to see an England manager actually play Jude Bellingham with Declan Rice and a 10.
Yeah. That's super serious.
I just feel like we just haven't seen.
We've never seen that. That's super serious.
So yeah, look, no issues. That we're actually agreeing on most of this here. Maybe we should actually go into management. But yeah, so cool. That's the three I'm picking as well. Then we've got Palmer, Mainu, Wharton, Gibbs White, Anderson, and Scott. Yeah, now we'll pick. We should pick another three, I reckon. Almost like a backup three, maybe. So Elliot Anderson, we know he's there. Yeah. And again, I just did this based on the England app and the website. So guys like Eze, Foden, are classified as forwards. But like I said, the 26-man squad, we can construct that however we want to construct that at the end. But so Anderson's in there.
I would go.
I think Kobe.
I would go Mainu and Gibbs White as backups.
Big call.
I know. Leaving out Palmer.
Big call.
Leaving out a couple of other guys, bro.
Alex Scott doesn't make it then.
No, Scott doesn't make it.
I think to be fair, for Alex Scott, good player. Looks like he's going to be a top player. Looks like one of the top clubs are going to sign him, and it will be a good signing when they do. But this one is just 1 year too early, I think, for Alex Scott. And he's still young. I think he's still 21, 22. So we can take Scott out of it. We know Anderson's going. Mainu, Palmer, Wharton, Gibbs White. That's it now.
I'd still go Mainu, Gibbs White. Mainu, good year. Like, good second half of the season. As soon as he's come into the team and played football, I think he's been really bright, really sort of kind of Kobe Mainu-like for Man United. And I think because you've already got Jude and Rice, Mainu can... Same way with Maguire. I think there might be 10, 15 minutes where you need a Mainu. Just keep things ticking, keep it moving, have a little bit of dribble.
That's very Adam Wharton as well.
Have a bit of wherewithal. But I think with Wharton, it's difficult to have Rice and Anderson and Wharton.
But Rice, Anderson, and Mainu would... I don't know about that either.
No, because I don't think Mainu can be a 6. I think...
Yeah, not a 6.
So I think you've got Rice...
He's an 8, really.
And Elliot Anderson that can be your 6s. And then you've got Jude, and then you've got Kobe to supplement the legs. And maybe Kobe isn't legs in midfield the way Jude is legs in midfield, but Kobe's got the skill set of I'll keep the ball. I've got a bit of technical ability about me. And then Gibbs White is my like punch X factor.
Yeah.
And Gibbs White is at a better season than Cole Palmer. More informed, better season, fit, available. Cole Palmer wasn't bad against Tottenham, but at the same time,
that is a whole heap, and I'm not disagreeing with you, but it's a whole heap of X factor you're leaving at home.
So I think Cole Palmer will get chosen because of his X factor, because of his Chelsea links, because of what he can potentially bring. And I don't think Cole Palmer is like some of the other guys that necessarily need to be in form. He's already proven at the international level he can do it and all of this kind of stuff. But I just kind of think for Gibbs White, it's not been this season. It's not been just this season. It's not just been this season for Cole Palmer. Like, this might be Cole Palmer's only bad season, or whatever it is. But I just think for Gibbs White, like, he's fit, he's raring to go. He's got the bit between his teeth. He's like coming. He's scoring goals. He's creating chances. He's doing it for Nottingham Forest. I think. Long story short, I just can see Gibbs White at the edge of the area taking shots off both feet, clattering posts, making something happen, all of this kind of stuff, and not being angry that the system isn't built for him to get chances. For him to get
That's a very good point.
For him to get chances, or for him to be the main man, or for him to carry the ball 10, 15 yards. And
he's someone that can actually just fit in. He'll probably make Harry Kane's game better.
And like, he's not going to demand to be the star guy at all. And like, if Jude's in a position to score, it's Jude's thing. Go Jude. Have that. I'll slide you the ball. Perfect weight, perfect angle.
I mean, the Jude one, we didn't actually talk about it, but is Tuchel going to pick him?
Probably yes. Like, Jude is more X factor than Palmer is to leave.
100%, but
but
Tuchel and
Jude Tuchel and Jude it's a bit funny, but that's a bigger omission again than João Pedro if Jude doesn't go. So
you know what? Look, I'm with you. Yeah, I can't really disagree on that because firstly, I just think Mainu has to go. Not only, like you say, second half of the season from January, he's shown his quality. He's been a massive part in the reason that Man United have been able to finish third and win the games that they have won. But also, in the last international tournament for England at the Euros, England were lost before Kobbie Mainoo came into that team. They didn't know what was going on. Trent was in midfield. Gallagher was in midfield. It was a mess until Kobbie Mainoo came into that team, and then they just never looked back after that. He played quarterfinal, semi-final, final, took England all the way there to the final. So for that as well, and like you say, that composure, that like, I think in a big game, Kobbie Mainoo has the sort of temperament, even though he's so young, and the personality to accept the football and take his time on the football and find the pass and all of that. So Kobbie Mainoo, for me, he has to go. Gibbs White, I think, similar to what you're saying, these last two seasons, specifically, he's really upped his goal numbers. His assist numbers, even from his last season at Wolves before he went to Forest, and then his seasons at Forest, his assist numbers have always been pretty good, 7, 8, whatever. But the last two seasons, his goal numbers he's really upped that. He's really taken that on himself and the mantelpiece to be the talisman. I think you make a very good point about him not needing to be his team. Why is the team not playing to me? Why is the team not creating chances for me? Why is it not coming through me? All of that. He'll work hard. He'll do everything. And I think ultimately, you said it as well, he just deserves to go more than Cole Palmer.
I think that's one of the big reasons why I'm on it is I've had to come around on Gibbs White. Like, I've tried to keep him quiet, just say he's like a sort of lower league table baller or whatever it is. But he's really put in the work for 2 years that deserves respect. And again, for the NBA sort of comparison, I treat him as like you don't need to run an 80. You don't need to run an after timeout play for Gibbs White. Like, when we're stressing and we don't know whether England are going to get a goal here or there, you don't need to run a play for Gibbs White. But if the ball ends up in his hands for a corner 3, if the ball just ends up at the edge of the area or in a decent shooting position or
bounces,
I actually
his goal at Old Trafford.
I trust him. Finish. I trust him to take the shot, to make the shot. And it doesn't need to be like we're scripting plays to get Gibbs White minutes and touches, and he needs to get in their game. We can bring him on with 5 minutes left, and the ball can just be trickling out to the edge of the area. And I think Gibbs White might lash this home. And it's not that Cole Palmer hasn't done that in his career. Of course, he's done that in his career. But
okay, so look, that's 6. So we've got Rice, Bellingham, Rodgers, Anderson, Mainoo, and Gibbs White. Yeah, so we can actually pick 2 more, and then we can go and pick 7 forwards. Now, we could actually add in Cole Palmer and Lewis Skelly.
Yeah. Skelly has to get him. Yeah. Palmer. I'd love to get Palmer in.
Okay. All right. For now, let's just add Lewis Skelly in. that gives us 7 midfielders. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. It might just be easier to finish it. So for now, and I think Palmer goes in. Yeah. So just to sum that up, Rice, Bellingham, Rogers, Anderson, Mainu, Gibbs, White, Palmer, and Lewis Skelly are the 8 midfielders that we'll take in our team, with Rice, Bellingham, and Rogers starting. And then the forwards, we'll pick 7 of these. Now, the strikers, Danny Welbeck, Harry Kane, Dom Solanke, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Watkins, Ivan Toney. And then the wingers, Marcus Rashford, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, Harvey Barnes, Jared Bowen, Eberechi Eze, Anthony Gordon, and Premier League winner Noni Madueke. So we'll start. How do you want to split this? 2 left wingers, 2 right wingers, and 3 forwards? Or 2 forwards, maybe 2 and a utility
I'll
winger?
start with the conversation of the forwards, because up until last week, I would have just gone Kane and Welbeck and tried to get as many wingers in as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But that Watkins performance at Liverpool,
big time,
was one that I'm like, I actually don't think you can do without this.
Yeah.
Like, even as an option, not necessarily to start with, but even as an option.
I think Watkins has to go. Watkins has to go.
So Kane will go.
Yep.
We know that. Watkins, I'm happy to take as well. But then
Solanke has been real.
Solanke has been real.
Tony
DCL,
has been real.
great season. It's been real.
No, DCL, we can have a convo on DCL.
No, because
DCL versus Welbeck, I do think is a conversation.
And I'd have Welbeck over DCL.
But
DCL scored more goals. He's had a great season.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
DCL's been phenomenal this year. I have nothing bad to say about Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
He could be signing of the season.
I have nothing to say about Dominic Calvert-Lewin's. Yeah, 100%. I have 100%. I have nothing to say bad about his season. I just don't think he has been a better footballer than Danny Welbeck, or will be a better footballer for Danny Welbeck for England. And I think, unfortunately for DCL, as great as he's been this season, it kind of works counterintuitively from the Rice, Bellingham. Like, I think because he's such an English Premier League striker, I actually don't know if he works at the highest level. Like, DCL was looking for like long balls, runs in, but like, running in behind, that kind of stuff. And I just don't think you can bank on that game state.
Yeah.
Like, what happens if DCL, England in the semi-final versus Brazil, Kane's not really up to the mustard, and you've only got DCL to bring on to face Gabriel and Marquinhos?
Well, we're saying we're taking Watkins.
So Watkins would be my second. I hear that, but even if Watkins is out, Watkins is injured, or Watkins is a left winger for that, or whatever it is, got the flu that day. Like, I think DCL has nothing for a Gabriel, Marquinhos, Saliba, Konate.
I mean, I don't think Danny Welbeck has anything for them.
But I think Danny
Welbeck, maybe Saliba and Konate.
But I think Danny Welbeck has more of a chance to at least bring someone else into it. Yo, 1-2 with me. Let's build in my corner.
No, I agree. I think DCL, his game, and I think the reason he's done well at Leeds is because Leeds and Daniel Farker play
his game,
in a way that is for DCL to score goals. They play with wing backs. They put loads of crosses in the box. They get the ball up there. They get people around DCL. It's almost all catered towards DCL scoring goals. Right, and he's done that. So fair play. No shade to him. Like you say, Danny Welbeck, I think his game's a bit more adaptable.
To me, it come short, go long.
I can play in this triangle out here. I can play in that triangle. He's also a Premier League winner. It's interesting. Tuchel, I don't know if he's got beef with Danny Welbeck, because I don't know why Danny
really
Welbeck
not picked him as much.
Last one. But yeah, I agree. Danny Welbeck, like, there's no two ways about it. He's a better footballer. Dominic Calvert-Lewin might be a better goal scorer. To be fair, he genuinely might have what he showed this season. But Danny Welbeck is a better footballer. And if you're taking Kane and Watkins, just take Welbeck and just get another footballing mind there. So we can pick those 3. We can obviously edit that out if we need to, and pick an extra winger if we want to. But if we're taking those 3, that means we can pick 4 wingers. Now, unfortunately, Harry Kane probably has to start for us, right? As much as I want it to be Watkins. But Harry Kane, who are the 2 wingers starting for us either side of Harry Kane?
I'll start Saka and Rashford, the league winners.
Perfect. Yep.
I take Eze.
Okay.
For Rashford's backup. And then it's between Bowen and Noni, and I'd probably actually go Bowen. I know. It's tough. Super tough.
I really don't want to do that.
I know. It's super tough.
But yeah, you know
If
what?
I'm a
Look,
manager with my hat trying to win the tournament,
yeah.
because I'm taking Noni for the vibes.
Yeah,
I'm taking Noni to keep Eze and Saka.
Rice and Skelly, Ben White, they're all there.
Gonzo, everyone will love it.
Yeah,
Gay
come
here.
I'm getting out.
But Bowen's got the Gibbs White thing of like, I don't need the ATOs to be drawn up for me. I don't need this to be my thing.
Yeah.
I don't like if this ball's just coming across my area in the 6-yard penalty, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm lashing that home. I'm taking my chance. Bowen's also got the, not as if Noni wouldn't give an extra 10%, but I think Bowen's got an extra 15%.
I mean, to be fair,
England.
Noni as a Premier League champion, I don't know if he is giving the extra 10%.
In America.
Yeah. Come on, Ruby
Houston,
Road. Yeah.
Atlanta.
Come on. Noni needs to stay home. Don't let Noni and Skelly get out there. But yeah, look, agreed. Rashford, Saka, wingers, love that. Eze's going, agreed. Leaving Foden, I say the same thing about Palmer.
Has to be left.
It's a whole lot of
Has
X factor that you're leaving at home. Guys will still say England's most talented player potentially.
Gary
maybe,
will say
I
that.
don't know. Gary will say it. I've seen Kyle Walker say it. But based on performances, he can't even play for his team. I mean, we said
that's what I was going to say.
Branthwaite and a bunch of the other guys that we were talking about earlier in the centre backs list not being able to play for their team. Phil Foden just hasn't even played for.
It's not
for
even
Man
a
City.
Trent or Jude thing where they've been injured and had spells on the sideline and the team is up and down. Like,
he's been fit.
Pep has told the world what he thinks of Foden this season. So there's no way sort of any respectable manager can pick him up after that. And be like, this is my guy. Like, Pep has told Foden gets, the ref puts up the board for 4 minutes on at the time. Foden comes on after the first minute of at the time to see the final 3 minutes of the game in a must-win turnaround. For Man City where they needed a goal.
I mean, even Foden, you spoke talking about Clive, but Foden dropped a disaster yesterday when he came on as
Pep's
well.
afterwards, the subs didn't give us what we needed.
Yeah. So yeah, look, I thought Foden's probably got to stay home because he's just not put a level in.
And also, Noni deserves it more than Foden does. So
yeah. Gordon, it's been real. I'm trying to do the mental gymnastics and the maths and the simulation to get Harvey Barnes.
He's
I'm
Scottish.
Like,
that's the maths.
Maybe if we take Palmer out and we put Eze in as the midfield player, then we can bring Harvey Barnes in. Because the issue is that we can't take 3 left wingers. And in this situation, Eze is a left winger, but Harvey Barnes, you just can't play. You just kill his game if you put him on the right. You just can't do that. And then I'm like, well, if I put Eze in the midfield list to get Harvey Barnes in, that means Cole Palmer's not going. And can I pick Harvey Barnes over Cole Palmer? Even with the season Cole Palmer's had, that's a bit of a difficult one as well. But yeah, I want to get Harvey Barnes in there, but it just doesn't look like it can happen this year.
He's Scottish. That's it. That's what you have to tell yourself.
But always shout out Harvey Barnes.
You have to tell yourself that he's Scottish. He's chosen to play for Scotland.
That guy is just banked 10 Premier League goals a season and nobody talks about it, bro. He's falling into Garassi category.
Yeah, no one's in Garassi category.
He's just banked, bro. I think for 4 years since he's been at Leicester, he's just 10 goals every year. It's just nobody seems to be talking about it. But fine, I just don't think there's a way we can get Harvey Barnes in there. So, and Bowen is I've been on record. Obviously, Salah's dropped off now, and Saka's the Premier League champion, so we can say Saka's the best right winger in the league without a doubt. And to me, that makes Bowen the second best.
Yeah.
I think he's better than Mbeumo. I think obviously Salah's leaving. I think he's better than anyone else you want to throw in there, including Noni. I think Bowen's better than Noni. And I think Bowen, honestly, West Ham would be Burnley and Wolves.
I was about to say the only reason West Ham still have a chance to survive is because Bowen's giving it to them.
So I think Bowen deserves to go. And like you say, he's got X factor. He can create something out of nothing. He is pretty clinical. Like when Bowen seems to get a chance, he seems to bury it. So 100%. Look, I think we agreed there. So and look, that seems to have lined up perfectly. Then we actually didn't have too many. The biggest disagreement was whether Ben White or Gahey starts. So I'll read this out again for everybody. In goal, we've picked Jordan Pickford, Dean Henderson, and
Tommy Setford.
Tommy Setford. Yeah.
Welcome.
I was trying to think because I was like,
Welcome.
wait, we didn't pick Pope, we didn't pick Ralph.
No,
Yeah.
welcome, Tommy Setford.
We picked Tommy Setford, first England call up. Defenders, we picked Luke Shaw, Nico O'Reilly, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James. And it actually means that we don't pick Spence. So if you want to get, do you want to get Spence in?
No.
Because the 8 defenders we've picked are Shaw, O'Reilly, Trent, RJ, Ben White, Gahey, Konza, and Maguire. So yeah, there's no room for Spence.
Yeah, no. I'll just have Declan Rice to do with them.
Or do you drop maybe a Maguire
No, I
to
don't
bring a Spence? Or
I think you just ask Rice to deal with the right hand side. You just ask.
Realistically, the Ben White injury probably keeps him out, and that's probably the spot
Where Spence is.
takes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's our defenders. In midfield, we've got Declan Rice, Jude Bellingham, Cole Palmer, Kobe Mainu, Morgan Rogers, Elliot Anderson, and Curtis Jones.
Not Curtis Jones.
I was wondering if you're gonna
Not
pick
Curtis
up
Jones.
on
I was translating. I was a name behind you every time. Never Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones should just go and announce that he plays. His dad was half Moroccan.
Welsh.
And,
Yeah.
like just say you're something else.
I'll do that properly. Midfield: Rice, Bellingham, Palmer, Mainu, Gibbs, White, Rogers, Anderson, and obviously we said Lewis Skelly before that as a midfield option. Forwards: Danny Welbeck, Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, Marcus Rashford, Bukayo Saka, Jared Bowen, and Eberechi Eze, which does mean that DCL gets left at home. Harvey Barnes gets left at home. Who else? Adam Wharton, we haven't picked.
Wharton's tough.
Cole Palmer, we got in there. That's fine. Levi Colwill, watch out for that one.
Yeah. Anthony Gordon played himself out of the tournament.
Yeah. I mean, literally just doesn't play football for Newcastle.
I would have sworn he would have gone. He's played himself out of the tournament.
Jed Spence, Tino Livramento, they don't make it.
No. Lewis Hall. No.
Dan Burn doesn't make it. But we've
Mm.
got Maguire in there. It was one or the other, really. So yeah, that is our England team. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. 4-3-3. We've said our starting 11: Pickford, Reece James. If it's a tough game, otherwise Trent's in there.
We've got
Konza, Ben White / Gahey. Let us know in the comments who you're picking. Are you picking Ben White? Or are you picking Gahey? Nico O'Reilly,
Rice,
Bellingham,
Rogers,
Saka, Kane, Rashford.
Serious team.
Yeah, in agreement for the most part. I think last time we did this, we had a bit more disagreement, but in agreement for the most part. I think most people will probably get on board with that team.
But saying that team aloud, I don't know if that's good enough. It's a good team. It's a great team. It has enough talent.
It's a very good team.
It's a very good team. It's a great team.
team.
I don't know if that team's good enough.
When you think about, we're just talking about Konza, what Konza is, and RJ, and and Rice, and Jude, and that's before all the other players that we said we were going to take, that Elliot Anderson and Cole Palmer and Kobe Mainu.
I guess the only way to find out is to stay tuned.
Exactly. Stay tuned. But yeah, let us know what your starting 11 would be. If you think that there are any players that we did dirty, maybe you think Phil Foden has to go just purely based on the talent that he has.
If you're Gary Neville in the comments, just type
whatever it may be, let us know. Don't forget, Arsenal are Premier League champions.
Never forget.
Exactly. Remind yourselves of that. Stamped. Mikel Arteta changed the history of this football club. He's forever etched in the DNA of this football club. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll catch you next week. Peace.